to What's Right with the World with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hey everyone, welcome to What's Right with the World. So today we are talking about gang war. No, not really. We're talking about the opposite of that. But we are talking about gangs. So Ben, fill us in.
All right. Well, this article comes from CBS Chicago, and rival gangs band together to build a playground. So there was a ceasefire in October, and to celebrate the fact that they've had 8 months without violence. In the North Pullman neighborhood, rival gang members have joined forces with volunteers to help build a playground to help build a playground. Some of the gang members asked to hide their faces, but no one could hide their smiles when they saw their hard work come to fruition. The ceasefire began last October after they had decided that they had grown tired of the violence. Separated by a short distance of 2 blocks, the two gangs fought over the territory for many years. The playground is now a beacon of hope for children in the area. It's peace going on now, a member said. They really could play. They don't need to worry about anything. So that's just a beautiful story.
That's amazing.
You hear a lot of politicians the last few years talk about how come we're not talking about Chicago more? How come we're not talking about the gang violence and the murders in Chicago? So a lot of attention has been put on how deadly Chicago has been and how bad this gang violence has been, and this is such a great story to come out of that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's phenomenal. It's the gang mentality it's a very dense mindset. Like you really have to lock into some pretty negative thinking to be able to go into a gang and do perform violence on the levels that they perform violence, at least that they had previous to this. So like to be able to come out of that and to do something this good is such a 180 in perspectives. It's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. And if they can do it, so can the rest of us. We're walking around, a lot of people are walking around and they've got, a nice house, food on the table, good clothes they don't want for anything. And they're running around bitching around about how life is difficult. Like, really? Really? Why don't you be a gang member in inner city Chicago? Why don't you live that life? That's real difficult life. So if somebody with a life that's that difficult can come out of that mindset and put some hope towards peace and come together with the people that they're actually fighting against. And then, the other thing that I really like about this story is in celebration of a certain time frame, they redo a park. Like that's something that people don't do often enough is they reward themselves by doing something dysfunctional. You see it, people work all week and then they deserve to go get wasted on the weekend.
Right.
Like they deserve that. I deserve to pour poison into my body and get myself to a place where I lay on the couch the whole next day and can't interact in life. I deserve that.
Yeah.
Because I've worked so hard.
Yep.
Like, yeah, okay. So, but these gang members are saying, hey, if we can really stick to the ceasefire and not fight for 6 months, let's take all that energy and celebrate it by doing something good for the community. And what they got out of that, I mean, internally, the joy, the change of perspectives that happened inside of them of doing what they did, that's real celebration. I think that if we can do more of that in this world, if everybody could do that, whenever we want to celebrate something, make sure it's a celebration to enhance your life, the community's life. You know, celebrate in a celebratory way, not in a way that's going to cause more dysfunction. You know, so I think that that's another piece of this story that I really like.
Yeah. I just thought it was a fantastic story and a great example of what's right with the world and things that don't get covered enough, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you hear about, you know, I don't know. I was never in a gang, you know. I grew up in a small town. We didn't really have the gang situation, but I certainly hung out with basically the biggest troublemakers and lawbreakers in the town. and when you're living that mindset, it, you know, honestly, it's, as we're talking about this, that's what keeps like just sinking deeper and deeper into me. Because if somebody came and told me that we were going to, you know, be like, oh, we're gonna, you know, abstain from all the trouble we're getting into, and after 6 months we're gonna redo a playground. Like, I don't think I could have wrapped my brain around that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so for them to be able to wrap their brains around that, and like I said, I think that they're deeper in the negative mindset even than I was. And for them to wrap their brains around that and actually accomplish it, I think is just tremendously powerful. So it's such a good example of, hey, if they can do it, you know, the rest of us don't have an excuse.
Absolutely. And that is this week's What's Right with the World.
Wow. Nice wrap up, Ben.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I worked on it all week.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will talk with you soon.
Glenn is available for life coaching sessions. To book an appointment or for more information, go to glennambrose.com, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, or click the link in the description of this episode.